Greetings, fellow YouTubers. So um, from here on, we can we can all learn from this procession itself. But the immediate dangers again are the weather. Now, the as soon as we went through the procession, that as soon as we completed it, where the and we begin to accelerate and spin quicker due to the angular momentum, and the torque that was induced on the axis of the Earth, and you see this drastic, immediate change in the atmospheric conditions. Now the ocean currents are going to change, but it'll take a little bit more time, and eventually, over time, those changes aren't going to be too good for us because of the changes in the temperature in the Gulf streams, and the new currents in the Gulf streams are going to they're not going to be anything that we're accustomed to in the past. So predicting what's going to happen into the future is, the worst case scenario, as far as um, you know we see how it'll change over time, and how these hurricanes begin to progress, and rather than, it's not just it's not going to happen overnight. So this storm here, this global storm, there's cyclones, and there's these hurricanes forming everywhere. So it coincides exactly with the precession and the passing of Nibiru, which they still cannot admit that is there. So they're taking away science as an instrument to for helping people understand these things, and give warning in advance because of this knowledge. So this is my job, is to try to say now I'm really scared, because if you're on the coastlines now, it's time to start figuring out an escape plan, packing it up, battening it down, and heading the heck out of there, because this is going to worsen and strengthen. And remember, it's the wind shear that's taking place now as the acceleration of Earth speeds up. So it's apparent also, as a physicist, that the spin of Earth itself contributes mainly to the atmospheric conditions and the jet streams, all on its own. I mean, so with that, these wind shears, this change in direction, and the change in the temperature. Now we can see Antarctica is one of the main culprits. That air mass, the amount of cold air there seems to be, has a way to go, and it's going towards the equator. So those poles, that land mass itself is going to start melting pretty quickly over time, the next couple of years. So I mean, this is going to be very drastic on the coastlines as time goes on also. So as for the tornadoes and the lightning that we're going to get from this, if you could understand it, the change in the pressures, and it's the dynamics of the wind, and the temperatures of the winds, and the fronts, when they clash together. This is the immediate effect, and this is how we document to understand cause and effect. So therefore, lightning will appear to be some of the most wicked lightning you've ever seen in your life, and this will be due to the increase in friction in the wind, and the clashing of the air masses themselves. So these supercells are now, in 3 days, in 3 to 5 days, these things have just started looking like monsters on every coastline, on every continent, and in every ocean. So this is a clear pattern. You can even see, if you look on Google Earth, you can see where there's this huge trough system where it's just funneling this cold air. So the result is, clouds that whip around in during the formation of a hurricane, and the size of these this whipping motion is is actually your atmosphere making a drastic change as we speak. So the next few days will we will begin to say, why can't they predict the weather? Well, the truth is they can't, because they're hiding it. They've been hiding it. What's going to happen is it's going to continue to get worse on the East Coast. These storms may subside periodically, be out of harm's way, but eventually there'll be a new one there to take its place within a short period of time. And Noah, back in the day, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. That ain't no joke. So we possibly have 2 months worth of flooding heading our way, and not to mention what's in store for us as the torque of the Earth and the axis increase its spin to a maximum velocity, and the induction that was placed upon the inner workings of our Earth and our magnetic protective shield is being bombarded. It will weaken over time. The sooner this thing gets away from us, the better off we are. So, peace and God be with you. And it's time to really, right this very minute, this week, to do whatever you have to do. Take some time off work, get things in order, get the tents out, get the flashlights out, buy the batteries, everything that you need. That our weather services can't provide, because they're simply unwilling to mark this as the great storm of 2010, coinciding with the passing of Nibiru and the precession of the equinox that was also hidden and is still hidden from us. So I hope that somebody is out there that's in a high place, that has some type of virtue and some type of ethics, get the information out as quickly as possible, because it's mass media that's hiding it, and I'm just one man.